Joe, we can't see you.
Either of you.
We only see a black window with the name. I would like to send a message to Bernard, recalling that we. Hi, Alberto.
Hi.
Bernard.
There he is. Hi there.
Hello.
Joe, you have a second connection. You're muted.
He's got a clone.
Yeah. Joe, you're muted.
Joe, you're muted. We cannot hear you.
There we go.
I'm on twice, so I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joe, that's your clone.
Yes. So
Now we
Yeah.
hear you.
Getting it in stereo.
I'll leave and come back.
But yeah, your volume is very low. You have to raise it a little bit.
Whisper a little more.
Okay.
Only 88 minutes left.
Well, let's wait 3 more minutes for other friends to join.
Few enemies, too.
Few enemies. Let's see if somebody else will join.
Hey,
Oh,
Joe,
well.
we still can't see you, Joe.
Adriano, well, in fact, it's a question for any of you. Do you know of SEDS, which is Students for the Exploration and Development of Space? So it's worldwide organisation, and we have UK SEDS, which is
Yes, I know about that, but honestly, I don't know anything about what they do and who is the leader.
it's basically it is for students, and there are branches at various universities across the UK.
I see.
I mention it because a message came out earlier today that the 2026 UK SEDS conference is going to be in London in March during British Science Week. So I shall offer to give a presentation there. I just wondered if any of you are aware of similar events where you are.
Sorry, okay. I'm catching what you have said because I had a problem with my system, my sound system here. So, can you repeat, Jerry, what you said?
Yeah, it was just a question of whether any of you are aware of student activities like this where you are, because they've announced that the UK SEDS conference next year will be in March. So I shall be offering a presentation on Island Zero.
I see. Yeah, I don't know if they have any activity in Italy, but we can maybe have a
I
look
imagine
for
it would
that.
be IT SEDS.
Okay. Well, so we are 5 minutes past 9, so I think we should start. And had no news by Bernard. I'm afraid he neither saw the message because there is only one check. But I will also try to reach him on Facebook Messenger to be sure that just a moment.
Well, he is a busy person, isn't he?
Yeah, very busy, very much traveling.
Yeah, if it's Tuesday, this must be Belgium.
So,
Adriano, we lost your video. We just see your picture.
sorry, I'm trying to reach him, but I cannot. Just a moment. Okay, messages. It doesn't seem to be online neither on the messenger of Facebook. So, well, let's see if he will join. Now I think it's time to start. Well, so I have a kind of agenda here. First point is the thesis, our main thesis for the Congress. Thesis 1, Status of Civilization, where I have already circulated the skeleton and I've gone ahead a little bit with the criteria for the evaluation of the status of civilization, and I will try to present this criteria today. For thesis 2, SRI strategy, there is nothing yet, neither a skeleton. I hope that Werner will think about the strategy, but yeah, I hope he will join today so we can understand if he will like to develop the strategy.
Adriano, we still don't see your video. We just see a little picture of you. Can you activate your video or?
Oh, it's because it's my camera my camera decided
There
to
you go. There you go.
stop. Okay, let me see if I get a better view. Yeah. Okay. Well, the face is the same, but the camera is different. Okay. However, then we have to talk about the Congress organization. We have now 3, maybe 4 abstracts submitted, but I think we should accelerate.
Mm.
And the papers for COPWAS. Unfortunately, Amalie is traveling today, so she was not sure if she can connect from her plane or her airplane or not. She's traveling from UK to the US, and yeah. And then there is a point that was suggested by Bernard, that is the SRI and the current geopolitical situation, including our relation with Artemis and ILRS. Well, if he will not join, we cannot discuss this point. However, we will see. Also, I would like to add a point about the IAC in Sydney. Alberto was there, so maybe he could say something about the Congress, how it was, and if our papers were presented and were received, and all these kind of things. Okay, that's enough. These are my points. Yeah, I know what Joe want to say is next Monday, the 13th of November, the Living in Space workshop that is scheduled for next Monday, and
Oh, Thursday, I think.
Thursday.
yes, you're right.
Thursday.
The 13, not Monday. You're right. Sorry, because I'm used to have webinars in Monday, therefore my mind was oriented to Monday, but it is the 13th that is Thursday, of course. Yes. So I think everything is fine. The program is made, and I think it will be a great workshop. There are more than 300 registered participants. Then, okay, we
Wow.
will see. Yeah, that's great.
From 35 countries. 35 countries.
Yeah, 35 countries, 360, I think, more something like that, registered participants.
Right.
But Joe,
And-
your volume is very low. Can you maybe raise it a little bit?
Well, I don't know. I seem to have this problem. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
So anyway, just you can still go to the living-in-space website to register if you have not, or if you have someone who would like to join, just go to the website and you can sign up. We have a very large number of people from India. And this is through our friend Sebsankar Palit organization has got a lot of his younger people. So we'll be reaching a younger audience than we often do. But anyway, sign up if you have not.
Okay. Hello, Susan.
Hello, everyone.
We don't see you.
Okay, hold on. I just came out of an analog mission for 21 days, exhausted. Hello.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Okay,
Oh,
so I think we could start with the first point. No, let's talk about the IAC, Alberto. If you want a few minutes to tell us something about IAC and how it was and what you can summarize it a little bit.
It's very difficult to summarize such a big event. In any case, of course, I held the two presentations that were planned. The one about data centers in space and the one about the agenda for 2030 agenda of the UN. And both were well received, and there were other presentations about also about data centers and discussions about the energy and about the UN. It's very interesting. We had another person presenting about the 18th SDG, but not in our, not belonging
Coalition.
to our coalition. So,
Oh, great. That's a good thing.
so we exchanged some ideas with this guy and also the chairman of the session. We discussed about the 18th SDG. I invited him to join us because anyway, it was a slightly different proposal, but not so much different from ours in any case.
Okay, that's fine.
Then there was the presentation by Bernard, of course. It was essentially about SRI, what our activities, and then Bernard was awarded a prize for his career as a teacher. He had an official award of the prize on the last day of the conference. And
Okay,
I think you have seen
excellent.
the video about that. It's available on the site, and I think Bernard sent the official video also.
Yeah, maybe. Yes. I think he posted.
I just sent an image on our SRI board WhatsApp channel. And
Great. But we don't have any video of your presentations.
no, we don't.
Unfortunately, that's that.
No, because normally they don't take videos normally, only of some presentations. And we have
No, but
no one of us was there. I was the only one present and
yeah,
was
yeah.
presenting.
Normally, we take videos of our presentations. We do it. Nobody else.
Yes, but if there is someone anyway,
Yeah, of course, of
it's
course.
impossible for the one who speaks unless you put your a camera. But I was not equipped to do that, so I have no video of the presentation.
Well, okay.
Anyway, the acta are already available on the IAF site, so you can, and also you can have information. I have collected also the information about the other guy about the 18th SDG, and so I can send.
Yeah, but by the way, in this day, someone joined the coalition. Maybe it's the same person. I think it's from Nepal, the one who joined.
Yes, sorry, I was not ready to. Maybe I can find more information about him. Yes, yes, he's from the Indian region. Yes.
Yeah, then he joined. I think. Let me check the name of his organization because he added his organization to it is an education
Yes, yes.
organization. So maybe it's the same the same person. Let me check. Program okay. Proposes. So the name is Arun and Ravi Medical Hall from Nepal.
I'm looking. Yes, just wanted to check, but I'm not finding. Okay.
Arun and Ravi Medical Hall. And the person name is, I can also find that, is Arun Sa, Arun Sa, S-A-H, from
Uh,
Nepal.
should be the same guy, but I'll look for information. But sorry, I had not
Okay,
prepared for retrieving this
never mind.
information.
We can check later. Not a problem now. Okay. Good. If he's not, we will check because if he's not the same guy, maybe you can give me the
Yes,
contact
contact the guy. Yes.
and we can contact.
By the way, I also met the scientific responsible for the Chinese initiative for data processing in space. You know that China is sending to orbit a constellation of satellites with high power computers.
I see. I see.
It's
Yeah.
it's in my paper, by the way, in our
Yeah.
paper.
There are several initiatives.
Yes,
You
but
know.
this one is to 2,800 satellites constellation. They have already sent 12 or 24, and they I met Chinese professor that he's the scientific leader of this project.
So maybe we can invite him to hold a webinar.
Yes, we could
Could be a
at
good
the same time.
idea. Yes. Okay. And even to submit an abstract to our Congress. Why not? That would be great. Okay. So anything else about IAC? This was what you have seen, of course.
Many
The-
other things, of course, but what can
There
I
were
say?
many people in your perception. There were many people, less than
Yes,
Milano, more.
of course they always declare numbers, but in my opinion there were less people than in Milan. But of course, I have not counted the
No
people.
data. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
That's
no.
normal,
It
I
was
think.
very, very well organized. Everybody appreciated also the location and the exhibition center in Sydney was very good.
It was nice.
It was Australia, the Australian organization, the Australian state was present at the highest level because there was even a speech by the Governor General of Australia at the
Oh,
inauguration.
great, great.
At the opening ceremony, there was a speech, not only because in Italy the President of the Republic came, but he did not speak. Here in Australia, the Governor General, that is the equivalent of a head of state, because the head of state formally is King Charles, of course. The Governor General is the representative of King Charles in Australia, and she spoke at the opening ceremony.
Okay, great. So let's go ahead. Just one thing that I have to open, another document now. Overall scheme and the draft skeleton. Okay, so I will share now this. This document is the skeleton of the thesis one, and I don't remember if we have already seeing it or not. Can you see
Adriano?
it?
Adriano,
Yeah.
I wanted to check, is my volume better? I've reset.
Yes. Yes, it
Great.
is.
Thanks.
Yeah, okay. About the volume, Joe, did you receive my last version of my article for the book?
Yes, and it was fine. Good.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Good. So this is the draft. My draft skeleton is made of two. Just a moment. Can see it better. Yeah. We have our reference criteria is the first chapter, let me say, for assessing the status of civilization, for assessing the perspective of expanding civilization to outer space. So this is the first. Then our best strategy for restarting civilians' development, evolution, and quality of life toward 2031. Okay, strategy goals and role of space advocacy. So I think
Could we add environment to quality of life and status of civilization?
add environment. Well,
Environment and sustainability, I guess I would say.
wealthy people, quality of life, well, living workers and small investor rights, open confidence in the future, circular economy for growing. Yes, you're right. Well, sustainability is everywhere, but of course, also a proper session should be ability.
Sustainable biosphere and environment.
Yeah. Sustainable
Biosphere.
Yes. Yeah.
Typo there.
Yeah.
Great.
An environment. That's correct. Okay. So now, okay. So on this assessment criteria, we will go a little bit inside each one, because I have made further research using artificial intelligence that's very quick and efficient and this kind of things. Then, of course, we have to assess what it was written, but I think it's just to make an example. If you make researches about data using the old Google, it takes a lot of time. If you ask Perplexity, that is associated to the Comet new browser, to give you data about a certain argument, they give you data and reference to the to the websites where the data are taken. So it's very, very easy and quick. Of course, everything should be checked, double checked, and probably also checked against completeness and systematicity and the most important references versus less important references. However, okay.
Adriano, under that section, assessing the perspective of expanding civilization to outer space, I don't know. Should there be something? No, yeah. Should there be something on possible methods of doing so?
Methods, yes. Sure. So here, okay, into X and
Yeah.
X. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in this case, we should integrate, give questions about existing methods for expanding into outer space. No, because we are questioning. We are questioning the existent literature about all of these points.
Shouldn't we discuss existing and future methods?
Yeah, existing and future, right. Yes.
I have another proposal. I'm sorry. Maybe we can change the word astro-capitalism into astro-market economy.
Yes, why not? Let me change the color of what I am adding, because then I will know that I have to research on that. Where is that?
Astro. It is yes, it is in. If you go down, you may read the post-planetary thinking and astro-capitalism.
Okay.
I think capitalism is not such a friendly word. I think we could write
market
economy. Market economy or something like this.
Astro market
economy.
Yes. Well, by the way, I made also on this a question to Perplexity, and Perplexity. Okay, you will see the answer, because the Perplexity identified some kind of ideological counterposition between the post-planetary thinking that is intended in an inclusive way, and astrocapitalism that is intended in a competition method. But however, then we will see the answers that are all, many of the answers are quite interesting. So yeah, so let's go inside the other document that is the what I summarized from all the answers that I had. So for each question I posed the same question to Google, that is also supported by an artificial intelligence tool, and Perplexity. And Perplexity was more deep and detailed in the answers, and following me with further questions and so on. However, I think I will start from the considerations that I have reported here, and that maybe I think it could be part of the text of our document. So the first, sorry. The first question was a percentage possibility to achieve the Maslow needs pyramid goals of global world population increased or decreased during last 50 years. Okay, so the possibility to reach the maximum, all the needs from lower to higher of the Maslow pyramids is improved or worsened during the last 50 years. Google replied, the possibility for the global world population to achieve Maslow pyramid goals has likely increased over the last 50 years, particularly for the lower level needs of physiological and safety, due to reductions in poverty and advancements in healthcare and technology. However, achieving the higher level self-actualization goals has likely seen a more complex and possibly less dramatic increase, as these needs depend on broader socioeconomic and cultural factors. Perplexity says that overall, the probability and percentage of the global population achieving the multiple levels of Maslow hierarchy have increased over the past 50 years, driven by improved economic conditions, technology, and social development. However, this progress is unevenly distributed and significant gaps remain, particularly in basic needs fulfillment in poorer regions and achieving higher level of psychological and self-fulfillment needs globally. AI tools such as Google, ChatGPT, and Perplexity provide an optimistic outlook. This is my consideration. The cultural evolution of the last decades in the post-industrial world is not considered at all. Yet, the general perception is that the young generation have fewer opportunities and no future due to the multiple crises gripping the advanced society. Paradoxically, emerging countries like India see more people's enthusiasm about the future. My further consideration to Perplexity, this overview is a rather optimistic one. It seems not to take into account the general people's perception in the post-industrial world that the young generation have fewer opportunities with respect to the older ones, or to say it in a short sentence, they have no future. This perception is due to the environmental issues, the economic continuous crisis, and now the warmongering regurgitation, which is redirecting public expense from sustainability to military expense. How is this evaluation is or is not affected accordingly? Perplexity replied, the perception that younger generation have no future and face declining opportunities compared to older generation significantly affects the evaluation of achieving Maslow needs in the post-industrial world, especially when we consider current environmental, economic, and geopolitical challenges. Then it goes deeper about the impact of environmental issues, the economic crisis and inequality, war and militarization, overall effect of Maslow pyramid evaluation. And the summary, the optimistic trend in expressed global achievement of Maslow needs over 50 years is tempered by emerging perceptions rooted in real environmental, economic, and geopolitical crises. Many young people increasingly question their future opportunities, which reflects a growing gap between material progress in basic needs and psychological fulfillment of higher needs like safety, esteem, and self-actualization. This gap is likely to widen unless urgent attention is addressed to these intersecting crises. So, this is what I have
Adriano,
written.
this is a typical effect of the so-called artificial intelligence.
Yes, of course.
No, it's artificial intelligence is not intelligent. when
Yes,
you give it tends to enforce what you are suggesting. So if you suggest that things are worse than it said the first time, then it follows you.
then
Say,
turns.
no,
Yes,
in fact, it is worse.
that's
I
true.
tried this many times in other topics. It's completely useless because if you put an objection, it's always accepted by artificial intelligence.
That's true.
Artificial intelligence reinforces your objection, and basically, I don't see any number, any indication here showing they are saying. By
No,
the way,
the numbers come later. Come later.
no, because there are not.
With the specific questions about wealth and starving,
No,
working conditions and rights, health systems, education systems, quality of life, basic goods.
no, I object to the method of using artificial intelligence for this purpose. It's completely useless.
No, I
You
think
need
is
an intelligence, and artificial intelligence is not intelligent. So
of course, but this is only a track, in my opinion. Is a track to
no,
be.
I don't agree. The track must come from someone intelligent, not from artificial intelligence.
No, okay.
I want to
No,
express my disagreement on using
no,
artificial
but the
intelligence
track,
for these
sorry,
purposes.
the track is my choice of topics, of course, because I choose the Maslow pyramids of needs, the wealth people versus starving people, the quality of life basic goods, the workers and small entrepreneurs' rights, the sanity and health systems, the education systems, hope and confidence in the future, circular economy for a growing population, geopolitics, perspective of World War III impact on the global economy and society, and that okay, these are my considerations. What I have written following this kind of questions and answer for the future and regarding the Maslow needs. The no future syndrome affects young generation, killing the hope and any enthusiasm for socially useful projects. Such a psychological condition decreases the global possibility of improvement in reaching Maslow hierarchical needs. So this is
Adriano,
my
Adriano, you are telling the position of Europe and maybe part of the US. And you found that if you consider, for instance, India is completely different. The attitude of the
of
young people,
course, yes.
completely different. But
This is the
consider
post-industrial world. Yes, it is to be precised. And maybe, yeah, we can make a specific discussion for ASEAN countries, and also I don't know about China. Maybe probably China is still different, still a different situation. But however, the no future syndrome is, I think, in all of the so-called advanced countries.
absolutely not in India or China. Not in India or China.
No, because they are not part of
India and China
West.
are if you sum them, are more than 30, no, about 40% of humanity, while US and Europe are just less than 10%. We
Yeah.
think that we are important, we are not.
Let's say that by now. Then we will try to give more data about India and China, the different condition and perception. Then wealth and starving. The proportion between wealthy and starving people has not significantly changed during the last 50 years. It is around 8%. While the inequality has increased between very rich and very poor, including the post-industrial world, it means that in a closed system, a zero-sum game, technological progress is not enough to determine social and cultural progress, while it likely contributes to social inequality. And I think this is a condition that regards the whole world, not only the post-industrial part. in 50 years, the proportion between wealthy and starving, very wealthy and lower classes is about around 8%. It was from 8 to 10% in 1975, and it is now little less than 8 and 8. So I can go and see the table. Okay, in 1975 it was 10%, and it was the world population was 4 billions, and number of starving people was 435 million, and in 2024 this is the relation 7.8, 8.8%, 673 million against 8.6 billion, the world population. Then, working conditions and rights. Working conditions and worker rights globally have not consistently improved over the last 50 years. Many indicators show deterioration and increasing challenges for workers and small entrepreneurs, especially concerning collective rights, security, and protections. Also here there are data. All of these questions were was endorsed with the data supporting. Then health systems globally have substantially improved over the past 50 years with greater life expectancy, reduced infectious diseases, and improved maternal child health. However, ongoing challenges include uneven access to care, rising non-communicable diseases, and a growing mental health burden, especially among youth and disadvantaged populations. So I think this is the most important success, let me say, because we had a very big growth in the expectancy of life expectancy. No, this is workers' right. Just a moment. Okay, finally, I found it. The life expectancy has grown from 46 years to 67 years globally. So I think this is the most important success. And also the maternal deaths has gone down 40%. And the child deaths 50%. Vaccination coverage. Yeah, okay. This is also controversial because of the discussions about vaccinations during COVID and so on. However, improved but still nationally and financially access to essential services and mental health. Mental health, by the way, is worsening because of basically due to COVID and due to the perception of danger and no future and things like that. And also, I think there is another data that doesn't appear, but I remember it was mentioned that the rate of intelligence, the global rate of intelligence is decreasing in the world. it was rising up to the 90s, I think, and after that it's become to decrease. And this is, I think, is another effect of the closed system syndrome. Okay, education system. The global percentage of university graduates has improved markedly over 50 years, driven by expanded access and gender inclusion. However, the quality of education system shows mixed results with notable challenges remaining in developing regions regarding learning outcomes and educational effectiveness. So this is also not easy to be assessed, but however, seems that the education system have improved during the last 50 years. Don't know what can be said about the last 55 years, maybe, even due to the COVID and what was the consequences of COVID for the isolation of the young people and so on. Quality of life, basic goods. While access to basic goods like food and water has improved for many globally, environmental pollution, especially air and water quality deterioration in rapidly industrializing regions, poses growing challenges to quality of life. Yeah, I think here we should also add that the quantity of fishing is decreasing, and the availability of fresh water is also questioned in the maybe due to also to climate change and other phenomena. However, I think we have to mention this fishing, global fishing. Is decreasing versus market needs and demand. Fresh water is also critical. Circular economy. In a closed system, circular economy faces unavoidable entropy in material processing. The same materials, especially organic ones, cannot be recycled indefinitely. This is equally true on Earth and in space habitats, with a difference. In space, available resources are growing according to human capability to reach and extract them. On Earth, the opposite, further increase of resource extraction is not sustainable. So this is also a point, an important point, because circular economy will be essential in space, but we have to always take into account that you cannot, however, continue forever with the same amount of resources and an increase of resources is always to be considered. The geopolitics, the current geopolitical juncture poses serious challenges that constrain the prospects for renewed global development while increasing the risk of partial or systemic civilization collapse. World War III, a hypothetical World War III, will have catastrophic consequences for the global economy and society, with effects far surpassing previous wars due to today's interconnected and globalized world. World War III would be devastating, with unprecedented economic collapse, severe social disruption, and existential threats. It would retard or reverse global development and could lead to societal collapse unless avoided. Resilience, expansion into outer space is a factor of resilience for civilization against existential risks like global wars, cosmic impacts, global pandemics, and environmental collapse. So, of course, what we are saying is that against all of these worsening conditions and to maintain and further expand the positive conditions, expanding in the outer space is an imperative. So let me take some water, please. 30 seconds. Okay. Then, okay, going to the other section, reference criteria for assessing the perspective of expanding civilization to outer space. We go to the final considerations. Space industry and market trends. The last 30 years have seen the space industry evolve into a dynamic commercial sector marked by massive growth, innovative technologies, and broadened applications. Lower costs, regional diversification, and integration with digital industries like AI are driving the industry towards a potentially 2 trillion economy by 2040. So let's note that the general projection rised from 1 trillion 5 years ago. All the economists were thinking about 1 trillion space economy in 2040. Now this projection is double, is 2 trillion. In our thesis in 2021, we said about 3.5 trillion. If civilian space development will really start, of course. That means not only satellite technology, but all what the space industrialization and settlement and so on. Then space policy. Space policy over the last 30 years has shifted towards supporting commercial growth, wider international partnership, and new governance approaches that address the challenges of a crowded and contested space environment. Balancing innovation, security, sustainability, and cooperation remains a key challenge for global space governance. Perception of space activities. Global societal perception of space activities has evolved from Cold War-fueled nationalistic enthusiasm to a mixed, more pragmatic view balancing awe, commercial optimism, environmental concerns, and socio-political critique. Space is increasingly seen as relevant to daily life, but also scrutinized for priorities and sustainability. Perception of the civilian space development and space settlement. Civilian space development and space settlement are now seriously perceived by many as potential contributors to sustainable development, combining scientific, economic, and existential dimensions. While enthusiasm and expectation are high about their roles in future sustainability, this is tempered by ongoing debates about priorities, equity, and governance. Key research for living in space. While radiation protection and microgravity health research have maintained moderate funding priority over 50 years, green sustainable habitat development remains a niche yet vital area gaining recent strategic emphasis. In contrast, propulsion and satellite systems dominate overall space research budgets with far greater funding and attention. Increased investment in bioregenerative systems and radiation countermeasures is recognized as critical for safe long-term human space presence, but budgetary focus remains heavily technology-driven overall. This reflects a partly imbalanced but evolving prioritization aligned with increasing ambition for human settlement beyond Earth. This is interesting because it's also, just a moment. Yeah, we have some data about that. So the budget assigned by agencies like NASA is 5-10% to radiation protection, 10-15% to zero gravity biological effects, and 2-5% on green life support systems, biologically, bioregenerative, etc. While the satellite technology and propulsion takes 40-50% of the budget. That means billions, while the other voices are in the order of million. So this, I think this is an important analysis. That means that we should keep on promoting this kind of research, and of course simulated gravity, because when we see here 10-15% of the budget is dedicated to zero gravity biological effects, but is not dedicated to simulated gravity yet. I think simulated gravity here is 0% or a few percentage decimals. Okay. Perspective on opening the space frontier. Over the last 30 years, the perspective on opening the space frontier has evolved greatly across four key levels: political leaders, opinion leaders, and media, public opinion, and space advocacy groups. The past 3 decades show a clear evolution from government-centric scientific exploration toward multifaceted perspective emphasizing commercialization, strategic competition, public engagement, and survival-led settlement narratives. While excitement about the space frontier endures, it increasingly must coexist with concerns about sustainability and equity within society and policy debates. This layered societal view reflects the complexities of expanding humanity's presence beyond Earth in an interconnected, resource-limited era. Geopolitics. The current geopolitical juncture presents both significant challenges and opportunities for kicking off major civilian space development initiatives before 2030. Such as the Artemis Lunar Program, International Lunar Research Station, asteroid and lunar mining, and development of low-cost, safe space vehicles. So this is what I've made so far, and my idea is to go ahead preparing a draft, including, of course, the strategy. Quality of life depends on expanding to outer space. Living in free space habitats versus planetary surface, a matter of freedom, health, and more than survival life. Humanist and science tech requirements. Freedom and civil rights. We speak for space settlers versus theocratic astrocolonialism. Industrializing geolunar space, orbital debris recovery and reuse, lunar and asteroid mining, producing propellant in space, supporting human intelligence, supporting a strong space settlement-oriented strategy versus anti-space supporters, space-to-space transport means versus planet surface to planet surface. Living in space, we must go beyond survival. Beauty, comfort, and joy are as essential as oxygen and water. very large redundancies of life support system, very much necessary too, coming from the flamboyance principle. That means redundancy and beauty of the space habitats and all the thing. I have yeah, my speech at the 13 November workshop will be focused on this part. The redundancy, beauty, comfort, and joy are essential as oxygen and water. Asteroid,
For the next point, can we add destructive or major solar storms to the asteroids and supervolcanoes?
yes, sure. You mean in the case strategic goals? Yes, definitely.
Well, in other words, and it's asteroid, supervolcanoes, and major solar storms. Because in terms of probability, that's the most likely devastating thing to occur in the next, let's say, 50 years.
Okay, yes, why not?
Major solar storms.
It is written here, asteroid impacts and supervolcanoes as future threats to humankind.
Yeah, but add major solar storms.
Major, okay, now I understand. I'm sorry.
Another Carrington event could lead to billions of people losing their jobs and livelihoods.
Yeah. Solving the ambiguities of the Outer Space Treaty and continuing the tradition of Apollo-Soyuz, Artemis ILRS mutual support on the moon, solar space power for space settlements, space for peace, opposite space militarization, no weapons in space, a UN flag on the moon, and adding an 18 SDG to the UN 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. I am asking each one of us to reflect on all of these points, seeking for missing points. Or
I think we could add something about the simulation of artificial gravity. I didn't.
It's not
something about
written.
this.
Yes, it is written about living in free space, but of course, even the specific points should be added. Yes.
Can I say that we shouldn't use the term artificial gravity?
Simulated gravity as well. Yeah.
If we say provision of simulated gravity, that would be fine. Artificial gravity is what they use on Star Trek.
Yes, that's fine. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put it here. Start working with simulated gravity. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Then role of space advocacy, focusing on the great role of civilian space development as the main factor of sustainable development, focusing on quality of life over mere survival towards a glorious and luxurious life for all, expanding outreach, creating big public events to reach the large public audience, joining forces among space NGOs, creating alliances on shared goals among space NGOs, countering anti-space settling propaganda. So this is my skeleton over which I will try to develop a draft. And of course, any of us wants to write a piece, part of that or big part of that, please go ahead, because it will be better to have more materials and then we can integrate and compare for accuracy and completeness and systematicity and so on. So, okay. What else to be said about? Nobody? No comments? Then we can go ahead. Stop sharing. Okay, here we are. Okay. Yeah. The thesis, the second thesis document is to the SRI strategy. I haven't prepared anything. I think we have to prepare a skeleton as well and to see if Bernard is available to develop this part, or he will at least give his main concepts and we try to develop it, however. So I take an action item to write Bernard for thesis 2. Okay. Now, okay, can we go to the second point, the organization of the Congress, where we are and what we are doing and what remains to do? Everything remains to do, of course. But however, yeah, the webinars calendar is very well, is almost full, I think, up to June. We can have a look to it just to be sure that allora, Google Drive. Oh, maybe it was the other. Maybe it was the other. Yeah, webinar calendar. Okay, I will share it. I will share it, maybe. Okay. Here it is. Well, the 12th of November, we have Dmitry Zarubin. He's a Russian. He will talk about the International Lunar Program, sustainability, ISS lesson learned, and so on. Then the 17th of November, we will have Anthony Fusilla, Terraforming Mars. These two are not SIEC4 webinars, were already programmed before the start of the Congress. Then the 25th of November, we will have Susan about space pharmacology and medicine. The 1st of December, we will have Guy Pignolet with his speak on a piece of cake. That's very, very nice initiative by Guy. It is proposing to cook a cake and to offer to the familiars and neighbors and to talk about space and peace. Then the 8th of December, we should have John Mankins together with Ganim on space solar power. This is not confirmed yet. Okay, Susan is confirmed, I think.
Yes, I'm confirmed.
Okay. Okay. Just remember sending me your abstract that so I can create the event and advertise it. Then the 13th of January, of course, 26, not 25. We will have Amelie on SRI at UN Campus. Then the 19th of January, we will have Frank White. Oh, I have to remember him that I don't have a title.
The overview effect.
His favorite title, the overview effect.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he already made, I think, 2 webinars on the overview effect.
Okay.
He will choose another subject this time. Then the 27th January, I don't know why. Everything is in 25.
Yes.
Gary Barnard, utilization of EMS and kinetic fabrics in variable gravity adaptive and rehabilitative medicine applications. Then the 2nd of February, Mary Louise will talk about space romanticism and determinate as a prerequisite for freedom. The 17th February, Alberto will talk about data centers in space. Alberto, we can confirm it, I think. Right? You're muted.
I'm mute. Yes, yes, we can.
Okay. Confirm it. Okay. Then the 2nd of March, Cherry Gallagher will talk about culture in space. The 17th March, Rick Tomlinson. Yeah, now he can give me a title because he was very busy with his initiative, the New Words. But I think now it's past. Rick Tomlinson title and abstract. Then the 14th of April, we will have Isaac Arthur, Building and Living in Space, and this will be a kind of a panel. We will have also Alberto, Werner, and Jerry in this webinar, giving questions to Isaac Arthur that about building and living in space. I think it will be very interesting. Then the 20th of April, we will have Sam Coniglio, living in space as tourists and settlers, and it is to be confirmed. The 4th of May, Giancarlo Genta will talk about the space capitalism. And here the word is exactly that one, because Giancarlo is writing a book, is going to publish a book with this title, Capitalismo Spaziale. Yeah. And the 18th of May, we will have Paolo Ferri, use of space resources, moon, asteroid, Mars, and beyond. And the 8th of June, Michael Schumann, extraterrestrial liberty and the space flight condition. Michael is the co-chair of the Space Renaissance Academy Philosophy committee together with Marie-Louise. And the 22 of June, we will have young Werner. Yeah, he said yes. So I think we can say confirmed. But we're still waiting for a title and everything. So this is the calendar is full up to the Congress, basically. Of course, if we have some more webinars, we can always allocate it in because these are more or less maintained at 2 webinars per month, but we can also have 3 webinars per month if we have some other interesting webinar to be added. So this is
Okay. Adriano, so
Yes.
we just had a message about, let me get it, Barbara Brownie, who is a new member
Yes,
from
yes,
London at is it Imperial College? Royal College of Art. And I actually dropped her a line to say hello and welcome to the SRI. And I thought maybe she could give a presentation on art in space.
why not? Why not? Yeah, that's a very good idea. So let me add it here. And then I will check where we can accommodate it and make a proposal. Okay.
Okay, well, if I drop her a line and give her the list so that she can see the existing dates, I could ask her what would be convenient for her. How's that?
I will propose a date.
Okay,
I will propose a couple of days to her.
that's fine.
To choose.
Yeah, I'll leave it with you then.
Adriano,
See.
should all the webinars be on Monday or
Well, in some cases, they will not be Monday because
Yeah.
Maria Mokarzel has having some problems in Mondays
okay.
before we
Because mine is on Tuesday.
yeah, in fact, that was one of
It's
those.
correct. Okay.
Yes.
Adriano, you have just to change the year for next
Yeah.
year.
Yes, of course I will.
Yes. And April 14th, Isaac Arthur, that's also a Tuesday. Because I'm just putting it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Barbara. Sorry, I'm taking note.
Yeah.
Good. So this is the calendar. Great. Now, okay, paper submission. By now we have about 3 or 4 abstracts. I would encourage everybody to present their abstracts to using the proper forms.
Yeah.
And we have only 2 registered that already registered to the Congress, and the 2 are Alberto and myself. Of course, the priority is to submit abstracts. So registration can come later. Even you know that at the end we decided to ask for some money. It's not very much because it is 50 euros for non-members and only 25 euros for members. Therefore, it's just let me say an additional quote for members that I think is quite affordable, and it will allow SRI to navigate a little bit better if we have many registration as I hope. Now, it is clear that now is very early for the registrations, but I think that we can. We should, however, solicit people to register with good advance and to submit abstracts and so on, because as soon as we have a good number of papers, we can start shaping the program of the Congress. Therefore, it's very important to have a good number of abstracts submitted even before the end of the 2025, possibly.
And we can also mention some of the topics that will be discussed to use as advertising to attract more people.
Yes, of course. And for this goal, I recommend to use the website of the Congress. I know that it should be always remembered because it's easy to forget. The chat is here. Okay, I'm posting. By the way, it is very easy. The address is very easy because it is 2026.spacerenaissance.space. So this is clearly a sub site. So this is the website. See, there is registration, scheduled, etc. And submit an abstract where everyone can choose the session. Okay. This is the abstract submission form that some of us already have used it, so it is very easy. And the registration form is here. Yeah. Okay. So another thing is the keynote speakers. We have to think about the keynote speakers. The first day we will offer the floor as we made in 2021 to about 10 or 12 keynote speakers to make a quick speech of 10 minutes each one. So yeah, please suggest your keynote speaker. I know who to invite, but one more is better than one less to have a good respondents. Then, okay, papers for couples. Papers for couples. The paper on the 18 SDG and the Space 2030 agenda due by the end of 2025 is almost ready. It was made by Amelie. It was circulated as a draft. I believe all of us have seen it. If not, we will circulate it again. Everyone has seen the Amelie document?
I have seen it, yes. Yes.
Jerry, have you seen it? Alberto, have you seen it?
I saw the message. I think I've not
Okay, so I have to circulate it.
read it.
Okay. Good. And the other paper on the Space Resources Working Group is prepared by Dennis O'Brien. I think it is a good point too, but we will solicit and see and check again. Well, so my points are over. If we don't have other things, I've lost my camera again. Okay, I'm here. Sorry, sometimes my camera decides to go away. Okay, any other point? Of course, for the Congress, we have to prepare the proposed list of the directors. I think there will be no problem to repropose the same board that we have now for to be re-elected at the next at the Congress. And I don't know if we will have other candidates for president. I know that Werner wants to recandidate, and maybe someone else could run for president. We have to see to open, of course, the candidature to all the members, and yeah, something to be done.
One other thing that I'd raise about the Congress is that we really should put together a list of how we're going to advertise it and when to do so. So we would go to different organizations at different times and also when to send out reminders and so on. And if that could be put together, that would be very useful.
Yes. Well, my intention is to produce two newsletters per month. So far, I've made one in October. I wanted to make another one in October, but I haven't. And I think I will prepare next days the second newsletter, and my idea was to make it on the promoting human intelligence. This is one of our topics for the Congress, and yeah, the first one was "Shall we dance in free space?" and was on the living in space and free space habitats. Second one will be on prioritizing human intelligence. And yeah, we can simply use the key points. Quality of life needs space, support HI everywhere. Stop disturbing Gaia while she's giving birth with all of these bombs. We speak for the settlers. Let's move from mere survival to a true renaissance, to joyful life in space, and so on. Yeah. I think we don't miss arguments, but if of course, if some of us wants to write a newsletter, is very welcome, because no, okay,
All right.
it's not my use. It's not my use to claim on the too many works that I have on my shoulders, but
Yeah.
this is exactly the point that even only to write the thesis will be a giant
Yes.
duty. And I would like very much to have only this thing to be done, but I have a lot of other things to be done. Therefore, if we want to write newsletters, please do. And yeah, even if it's only conceptual, never mind about the style and the language. I will adjust it. Okay?
One thing I thought that would be useful if we have a general notice about the Congress that we'd send to the British Interplanetary Society for them either to put on their website or in the newsletter or perhaps in Spaceflight magazine.
Okay.
Would you like me to draft something on that then? And I'll send a copy to you.
By the way, we have a text that is on the website of the Congress. We can
Yeah. Okay.
and use it maybe.
Sure.
It is very short. It is this one. Human civilization stands a critical juncture, global crisis, war, national cultural decline, worsening of quality of life, and blocking pathways for progress. Civilian space offers a viable alternative by expanding into outer space. Humanity can open new frontiers for sustainable growth, etc. The SRI 26, Fourth World Congress will bring together three thinkers, innovators, to raise.
Okay.
I think we can use even okay. Let's take this test as a track and make it better. Change it if you like.
Yeah.
Okay?
Put some put a nice big heading on it, and of course include the URL for the website.
Great.
Okay.
Okay. So this is all by now. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye.
Thank you,
See you
Adriano.
next time. Bye bye.
All right.
Thank you.
See you all.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.